and welcome to Retro Reminisce. My name is Killjoy, and I am joined by these two goons, as always. A man who is just a gooseberry in my books, Mr. Fruity Sammer.
Oh, thank you. Hello. Good day.
Howdy, how you doing?
Not bad.
Good.
Tea is good.
Tea is always good. And also, I am joined by a man who's just his last name's Kitchen, and it's funny, Mr. Mark Kitchen.
Hello. How's it going?
How are you?
I'm very well, yeah. Pretty damn fine.
Good. That's what we like to hear. So, Retro Reminisce, as always, is us talking about old games that we played. And today we're talking about a very, very hyped up multiplayer series in the form of TimeSplitters, and the second one, to be precise. So,
Good one.
Hey, the third one's really good as well.
Well, I was saying better than the first one.
I mean, yeah, the first one's very, of its time, innit?
Yeah.
It doesn't hold up very well. But, yeah, let's start with Mr. Mark over there. When did you first play this game? Because obviously we've all been playing it recently, but...
TimeSplitters 2, eh?
Yeah.
I remember playing it as a teenager around a friend's house on the PS2.
Yeah.
I don't think I played any of the single player at all. Because when I played it recently, I didn't recognise any of it.
Any of it, yeah.
But I just played it for the multiplayer.
Of course.
Everyone kept saying how much of a great multiplayer game it was. And so I remembered the first mission. What's the top one called?
Mexican mission.
That's the one, yeah. And the outside icy snowy one.
Ice Station.
I remember those. And I remember the monkey. Everyone remembers the monkey character.
The mascot.
Yeah, just all the really cool characters. I vaguely remember there being futuristic weapons, so I knew there was kind of futuristic element to time travel and stuff. I remember it being really fun.
Yeah.
I grew up on GoldenEye and Perfect Dark and stuff, and obviously this is a bit more a little bit more advanced than certainly more advanced than GoldenEye anyway.
Yeah.
That's not to say anything bad about GoldenEye. I fucking love GoldenEye.
He's backing himself up now.
Yeah, no, I love that game. Don't worry.
So
I played the multiplayer a bit as a teenager with some mates. I never owned it. I never played the one player back in the day. I only really played that recently. And by recently, I mean basically within the last week to prepare for this podcast and tonight. So yeah, no, I had a lot of fun with it. I remember playing it with mates then, and I thought it was really good. But yeah, not my experience of it back in the day isn't that extensive.
Yeah. Fruity, I think you played quite a lot of this back when it first came out.
Yeah, I played a lot of this. I remember having it on... I think I had it on the original Xbox.
It was on all three.
Yeah, I think I had it on Xbox, but I think I also had it on PlayStation. So I think once I got the Xbox, we got it so we could play 4-player without having the motor tap thing.
Yeah, which is easier, isn't it?
So yeah, I used to play a huge amount of this with my brother and my younger brother, and yeah, just doing all the game modes, all the multiplayer. Did the co-op story mode a bit. We never really did it that much, and I think also it was kind of quite hard, especially the challenges.
Oh, the challenges are brutal.
Challenges are really hard in that game. I remember having to do those to try and unlock things.
Yeah, it's very, very hard game.
Yeah, very, very fun game.
It is indeed. That was good. I actually played Future Perfect, which was the third one, before I played the second one. But once I'd played a lot of Future Perfect, either me or my brother, we went out and bought the second one because I had it on GameCube. And I was like, oh, this is cool, something different to play. And apart from a few minor things on it, I mean, the games are easily as fun as one another. I do prefer Future Perfect, but I think that's partly because that's the one I played first. I think the story mode's better in Future Perfect as well. But the actual multiplayer content and the modes and the map maker and all the stuff that's in this game is actually ridiculous for its time. The game is really great, and I must have played that when I was 16, 17 for the first time. It was obviously a few years later after it came out, but yeah, I actually really like it. The biggest problem I've got was just a bit of the controls, but other than that, the game plays. It's you want to play a good first-person multiplayer shooter in the same room, you can't go wrong with this. This has got so many modes and things, and it is really, really good. So
it's also got a nice variety of characters and a very colourful, cartoony design, which I really like.
Yeah, it's not dirty and muddy and things, is it?
It's nice, fun, and joyful. It's really interesting to play.
That's what you want from a shooter, really. None of this Call of Duty dirt and things, but
it's not. It certainly isn't gritty. It's just a bit of
craziness.
It's
crazy.
It's
your Overwatch rather than your CS:GO.
Yeah, exactly. Let's take it back to you, Mark, because what you've played more of it now. What things do you like about this game then? Like, what are the things that stand out to you playing it, and like whether that's the story, mechanics, music, anything like that?
I think it was all really good. I don't know whether I really followed the story as I was playing it.
I don't think you saw all the cutscenes.
No, probably not. But I can, from the cutscenes, I could see that it was like, I don't know, really well made. I think the weapons are really cool. Even like the sounds the machine guns make is just like pretty badass.
Yeah.
I think the music is awesome. The music in the Wild West level is
so good.
Epic.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it controls pretty well. I think it's a really good shooter basically. Really good levels, really good variety of levels. One minute you'll be in a really futuristic setting, and then another level you'll be in like years in the past or something.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of different like textures and colours and things to the levels.
Yeah.
So that makes it really varied. It's not like playing Call of Duty where you're just in a war zone all the time. It is very different between levels.
Yeah.
Cool. I know I haven't played all the modes, but from what I've seen of and what you've told me about, it seems like there's a lot of content in the game.
Yeah.
And it's very developed, especially for its time. Like, it's 14 years old now.
Yeah.
I can tell that they packed a lot into that, and I got a lot of respect for that.
Yeah, definitely. With the fact that you've recently played the single player properly. We've mainly played the multiplayer as well, but the actual like arcade mode that has you going through leagues and stuff, and the challenges, like they just twist up the gameplay. There's such a variety there. Obviously, the game is most well known for the multiplayer element and having that co-op stuff, but like there are a lot of things to do there, which is what is good about it. Because if you get sick of one mode, you can just jump into something else.
Yeah.
Which is why it's really good. So. Free. Well, I mean, you probably, by the sounds of it, you love the multiplayer, but there are other things about this game, or including that you like, really like about it.
Yeah, I mean, the art style for one, definitely. Always the monkey, every day the monkey. It's just so amazing.
You are like this big on the screen, and by this big I mean like tiny.
It's an audio podcast.
Yeah, you can't see this, but it is this big.
It's as smooth as your little finger.
Yeah.
At a very long distance.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like story modes is quite fun. I like how it's like the male and female characters.
Yeah.
And you do like the co-op story. Like how they added in like the stealth elements, and they added in like the boss fights, and yeah, it's a really well made game. There's definitely a lot of love to it. The music is also very good. And also the screams when you're playing Virus and Flame Tag are just amazing.
The sound bites are pretty funny. I'm just going to say Snowman for best sound bite, which is amazing.
In pain monkey sounds always good.
Yeah, the monkey does sound quite funny. That monkey and his fast feet.
Legs for days.
I kind of have to just say the same as you guys, really. I mean, pretty much everything about the game is very enjoyable. The different modes, the music, for obvious reason, I love the soundtrack. Like Graeme Norgate, who I believe was at Rare, as most of Free Radical, that was an offshoot of people from Rare. Hence why this game obviously takes its influences from GoldenEye and Perfect Dark.
So I'd say hence why this game is good, is that it's
exactly
ex-Rare employees.
Yeah, and
caliber there for first-person shooters.
Exactly, and all they've done really is taken what was good about those games, improved on it, and given you that twin stick control. Because obviously back on the N64 you only had one. You could obviously see buttons.
Thank God, I didn't realise until we started playing going at stuff again, just how used I got to twin sticks.
Yeah.
Or like keyboard and mouse. It's hard to go back.
Yeah, I'm all about the C button, so I'm far better at GoldenEye and Perfect Dark. It's all because of the right thumb. It's all in the right thumb. The C buttons instead of the right stick makes all the difference.
Keyboard and mouse.
Yeah, I'm kind of the middle ground there. A little bit off topic here, but I'm kind of the middle ground because I don't mind the single stick. But I think I prefer that on one-on-ones. I think that is less chaotic because obviously if you're not used to the single stick when you use the dual stick,
it's just been too long. Like dual stick has been like the standard for so long.
It does work really well though.
And
that's
like
the thing.
Keyboard and mouse is always keyboard and mouse. It's
yeah.
like I just haven't played those games often enough to keep the skill.
Yeah, it is almost a different way of playing games. I think that's the thing with Time. Even though there's a lot of similarities between TimeSplitters and Perfect Dark. just because you have that. I mean, essentially the C button would be a C. The C buttons are the C stick. It's just they don't handle the same. And I think if the C buttons could be mapped to be like the C stick on a GameCube or the second stick on a PlayStation or Xbox, then I think it'd be less of an issue. It's just
Get the smooth.
yeah, it's just analog input rather than digital,
Yeah.
you know. So, but going back to TimeSplitters and things that I really enjoy about it, like music, obviously, level design, fantastic, especially the multiplayer levels, really well put together. A nice variety of stuff. The themes, the fact that it is set in time, they can go as wild and crazy as they want. You know, Wild West, futuristic, Aztec. 1940s gangster, all these different things on it are like really fun.
I think as well, it's like the theme changes, but also like the story changes as well. So you have like the futuristic one, which is like 60s, like B-movie sci-fi, which everyone knows that I'm a very big fan of. But when they do like the mobster levels and when you do like the spy levels and like the Wild West one, they all have they feel like a movie of that. It's almost like it feels like you are jumping between like different like fantasy worlds rather than like just have one coherent feel for it, which is what I really like about the story mode.
It's cool. I like when games, when you do stuff with time and things like that, they have such freedom to do it. I think that's what's fun. Like the first level you start off in like a snowy place, then the next level like you're onto the Chicago, and then next thing you're back in the future, and like the fact that they can just be like bang 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 bang, and I saw that little
My brain just went through all of the Back to the Future references jokes, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to rise above it.
You should.
Like Chrono Trigger, when you go back to like whatever BC and then you go forward.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
I think there's obviously games that don't do it correctly, but I think TimeSplitters, because it is goofy and it is silly and it's this like sci-fi story, it can get away with just doing these massive changes. And also, what makes it so good is they can chuck in whatever weapons they like of the time.
Yeah.
And I like that. Like you play on a level and you've got like Tommy guns. Next, you're playing on a level and you've got like a laser gun. And I think that's fun. It keeps it interesting, so you're not stuck with the same
Definitely
weapons.
helps to make the multiplayer really interesting because there's such a variety of like characters, weapons, and like areas to fight in.
Yeah.
Then you got like a UFO like hangar, and then you got like this like little like house in like Mexico in like a bit of a desert. Like it's such a variety there. It just makes the multiplayer so interesting and vibrant.
Yeah, I'm gonna see what you guys think, but like, what's out of the maps that we've played recently? What's your favourite like multiplayer map? Because I know there's quite a few there, obviously, and obviously I don't have all of them unlocked. Shame on me. But
I mean, Mexican missions always.
Yeah, I really
up
like
there.
the Mexican mission. Quite like that Chinese one, actually.
Chinese is confusing, but I think once you understand the map, it is good. But it is a confusing map.
There are a lot of ones where the corridors seem to not end. Like it's very sort of, and now I'm here, now I'm here, now I'm here.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of like endless corridors. And
Which
I'm
is
like,
the opposite.
how do I
problem.
get back to where I was like 5 minutes ago?
Yeah, it's the opposite problem for the UFO one, as we found out, where it seems like there's a
Yeah.
lot of dead ends.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
don't play Virus on that.
I think, I mean, I played Training Ground and Mexican Mission on the third one before I played one here, but like, Mexican Mission as a small map is probably one of my favourite maps of all time in any game, just because, apart from the underground bit, once you suss that out, the map itself is very simple, but it works really well. Whereas some of the other maps, I really like Hangar. I think Hangar's a really cool like open map with some
Hangar's
small
good level,
things.
I think the Arctic one's still my favourite just because you always used to play Virus on there via tag and everything.
Yeah,
And it's just, I think that's the level I think of when someone mentions.
yeah.
The one we played,
TimeSplitters to me.
Ice Station level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The big building in the centre.
Yeah.
It's quite good for sniper rifles out of the towers and stuff.
It was until I realised how hard it is to aim with them on that game. It was like easier just to get the homing launcher.
The best thing is when you're, if I find out who'll be on the red team, you start off in the centre with the capture the bag. You just go on the big guns and just like gun them down because they all spawn on the little outcrops.
platform, yeah.
So you could just continuously kill them. But there's like no way for you to lose, really.
I tried doing this and realised my character was too short, so I couldn't see
Oh
over
yeah, the
the gun.
monkey always has that problem. You can't see over the gun.
So it's like. What about favourite multiplayer mode then? Because obviously Mark, you've only played a few of them tonight, but I mean, I think I'm probably going to say Virus.
Virus.
Yeah.
I just love Virus.
Having
It's so fun.
Virus is great because it's especially what we do is we turn the radar off and we try not to look at each other's screens because I feel like not really knowing is part of the fun of that mode.
I just love the fact you just run.
Yeah.
It's like I pretty much never shoot if I'm playing Virus. Or
It's harder to kill them when they're on fire. So.
just run.
I really enjoyed Virus, but I came second many times. I never won when we were playing.
I think playing with the character powers and me playing the monkey was a bit of a advantage
It is,
when playing Virus.
you have to play as a fast character on that. We'll just turn the powers off.
Yeah.
Well, it's fast, but also like short.
Yeah.
So it's hard to see.
What about you, Mark? Like, was that your favourite one, or did you prefer things like bag tag or flame tag or deathmatch?
So yeah, we played 3 or 4, didn't we?
We played.
Yeah, I really liked Virus. That was really fun. Obviously, a lot of bots, so there's like a lot of people to avoid. It gets really chaotic. It gets really fun. The flame one was good, but the only thing I didn't like is because I was one player, and one player always starts with the flame.
Yeah, that was really odd. That.
So if I came second out of the 3 of us, I call that a win.
Yeah. I know that in the third game you don't have flame tag, you have virus. I know that you can start with it, or it's always random depending on if you've got 4 people. It'll be 1 and 4. So
I really like bag tag.
bag tag,
Yeah, the last one we played.
yeah. The one where you
I
like,
really,
someone's got the bag and they have to run away. And
Yeah, I've played that previously in like Perfect Dark and
Yeah.
other first-person shooters, and I always really like that concept of
somebody's got everyone's chasing one person and everyone's chasing you.
unless the person manages to find a corner of the map that no one else can find for
Me,
ages.
me.
Yeah, then it gets a bit like tedious.
I will say that I think that's the only problem with that. If you play with people that don't know the levels, it's almost a bit of a dick move to just stand somewhere, look at the wall. Because even if they do look at the screen, how are they going to know unless they find you? So
it's still good to have the radar off, even if you.
I do like having the radar on if I'm playing single player against bots, but yeah, I think when I'm playing with other people, if people are already looking at my screen, then I prefer to have the radar off because it's just too easy to go, oh, there's some guy over there, and just run towards them.
True, very true.
Yeah.
I used to quite like Shrink as well.
Oh, the one where you get like the more kills you get, the bigger you get, or there's like the back of the thing you're tiny, or does it go way around?
Oh my god, that's brilliant.
I think depending on where you are on the scoreboard, I think
the higher up the scoreboard you are, the bigger you are.
because you're a bigger target.
Yeah, so you're more likely to, go for the hindrance.
Actually,
other modes are there. There's Vampire as well, where you kill people you heal.
Which is a cool
And I think you constantly lose health in that mode.
Yeah, you have to keep killing people.
Yeah. And there's Gladiator. I can't remember.
Gladiator is where one person's a gladiator. They've got like armor and stuff, and only your kills count when you're the gladiator. So if I'm the gladiator and I kill you 2, I get 2 points. But if you kill people, you don't get any points. So you have to kill the gladiator to become the gladiator, and then, which is I've never really played that. I think I played it a couple
I never really
times.
played Gladiator.
Yeah.
Shrink and Vampire is quite fun, but pretty much all we used to play was Virus, Capture the Bag, and Flame Tag.
The thing about flame tag as well, I like the fact that you can kill someone and then give their corpse the flame.
Yeah, that's a really good
That makes
idea.
it quite tactical because then they like.
Especially when we
Person
kept
with the
running
flame,
into
like-
dead ends.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like,
Person with flame just guns them down and then just give it to their body and run off.
Yeah,
That's great.
I like that. I think that's a really cool
Except
idea.
then I ended up spawning where you were,
yeah.
and I was like,
The spawn in that game is a bit questionable. The amount of times we used to we spawned on top of each other, basically. There's one point where I literally spawned like right on top of Mark. Like, he just appeared in front of me.
Was that when we were playing Virus?
It's the one with the alleyway we were playing deathmatch.
Oh, the Chicago
Oh
level.
yeah, because you kept getting up with like a pistol and
Yeah.
I'd already got like a Tommy gun or
Like
something.
I just like spawned in front of me, like in my sights. I was like, oh, this is not fair.
Yeah, and then it happened
Yeah.
again, and you spawned down the stairs, and I came with it. Definitely, dual.
Especially in a map with only 3 people playing, you think it'd be able to like spawn us away from each
Use
other.
of that. So, but anything else either of you two really like about it? Yeah, obviously, I know you still haven't played some of the other modes, which at some point
Yeah, I
we'll
probably
do.
I probably can't give as much specific information as you guys can. But yeah, I think the one player seemed really solid, really good levels, nicely kind of
Pace.
nicely paced, and yeah, you can tell why it's loved for multiplayer purposes,
Yeah.
or at least it was before the Call of Duty crowd took over, I suppose. But yeah, no,
Modern Warfare,
I'd still much rather play
It's all about
that.
the grit.
I'd still much rather play that multiplayer than Call of Duty.
Yeah, it's all about that fun, isn't it? So,
Yeah.
what about you, Free? Anything else that you can think of that like really, you enjoy about it? Or
I really enjoy trying to do the challenges.
yeah, we should.
Something we haven't really.
Yeah, let's talk about the challenges because They are nails, aren't they?
They are
like,
nails.
Yeah.
They are ridiculously hard.
Do you remember many of them?
Off the top of my head, I can't really. I'm trying to think of it.
One of the ones is smashing the glass, where you have to like smash bottles, or there's one where you're in a church and you have to use the grenade launcher to take out the windows.
Yeah, that's it. Oh yeah. There's one with, like, I remember the one with like all the handymen. And you had to like.
That's actually an arcade one. It's not. It's the one where you have to like win, and there's like loads of handymen, and the only way I managed to do it was get double Tommy gun, stand in the corner, and just wait for them to run round, because you just get mauled otherwise. That's really hard. That one. But yeah, the arcade similar, where it's sort of like deathmatch. It's different like modes in the game.
Yeah,
and you have to try and win to get like the medals.
It's like the modes and like Smash Bros.
Yeah, whereas the challenges are more like things that are a bit different, like Behead the Undead, where you have to like just keep shooting undead that keep spawning in, or like the one where you have to grab the bananas, and there's the cardboard cutout one, you have to shoot the cardboard cutouts and stuff.
Oh yeah, so we're going back to me now.
But the challenges almost kind of test different skills rather than modes, which is what's cool about them. They are hard though. Like so there's one where you have to play as an old guy and take on the golem, and he can like kill you in one shot, and you have to like shoot him like 50 times in the head, and you have to kill him like 10 times. I've never managed it. And that's with rocket launchers. I'm just launching rockets at him. He still won't die. So I need to go back and do it because I want to unlock the last few levels, but it just doesn't happen. But yeah, if that's everything that you've done, we should probably move on to things that we may not like so much about the game. So we'll start with you, Mr. Free.
Do not like about it. Most of my gripes with it come from just like the era it came from, which isn't really fair to like set the game with like controls. I mean, obviously the spawn, we touched on it before.
Yeah.
Some of the spawns are very questionable. Some of the level layout as well, where they put like the bases for like team matches, are a bit weird.
Yeah, what streets?
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense to the opposite ends, but it is, if you don't know that map, it's a bit like, what the hell?
No, some of the levels have like way too many dead ends.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just getting quite confused with like, that churchy one.
Oh, the hospital one?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like, you go in a room and you think, how do I get here
like,
again?
I still have no idea. But there's so many offerings that you go, it's like, oh, there's this little like shower room, and you go to this little thing, oh, there's some toilets, there's like, this little thing. It's like it all just loops around to like a dead end. Then you have to go all the way back out to then like get to the main, like it's just a bit weird. And like the UFO one with like, the hangers.
You know, the UFO one. Bonkers,
it's all very curvy, but like it only really leads to like 3 places, and everywhere else is like a dead end.
Yeah.
So it's almost as if like the dead ends aren't really useful for like any of the game modes. You want to be like near each other.
The only thing it would be useful for would be deathmatch or team deathmatch, because usually those dead ends have a gun in them.
Yeah, but they're not like short. Like, it's not like the dead ends. It's just like 3 or 4 paces for the character, and that's it. Like, they go on, but they go up. They like in the UFO one. They go like up, turn, go around, and then stop. Which it means that you've already spent like 10, 12 seconds like walking around there to a dead end. There's like there's nothing there to get.
Yeah.
It's like I don't understand why they didn't just chop it off way earlier, and then you wouldn't have that problem. It's not like you're really gaining any more like floor space to fight in.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just a bit weird.
No, I can understand.
Other than a few like things like that, nothing like major.
Yeah.
No major gripes at all.
Mr. Mark, you got any things you don't like? Not so keen on?
Not really. Difficult to criticise a game that I haven't 100% played every single mode and every single difficulty and everything.
Yeah, that's understandable.
I suppose there might be the odd level in one player where you get like a really good machine gun, but there aren't as many enemies as you might expect, and you'll be like, oh, this isn't as much as a kill fest as I was hoping it would, or something like that. But then again, that's just me trying to pick at straws, clutch at straws, basically, trying to find something I don't like about the game.
Sometimes in the single player as well, like it gets a bit confusing about what the objective is.
You have to look at it, it doesn't.
So as before, it'd be like, what the hell am I meant to be doing here?
Yeah.
Like in the spy mission you're following of this, like I don't understand like how this is working, like how this like line of sight is working, or like you get to a door and you're like, how the hell do I open this? and it's like doesn't really give you enough information sometimes.
Yeah, I feel
A tooltip there would be really useful. To be like, hey, use this thing on this thing. Like, oh, thank you.
yeah, I kind of felt that way and felt I didn't feel that way about GoldenEye, but then I realised that I know GoldenEye inside out.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh yeah, it's really obvious when you play GoldenEye. It's like, yeah, because it's embedded in my brain.
Yeah. That's it.
So yeah, no, I'm assuming once you get used to where the objectives are based, kind of thing, you get more into it, and then you play the harder modes. It gels together a bit better. But yeah, I don't really have any gripes with it, I suppose. Maybe they could have added a jump function. I mean, even then that wouldn't enhance the game.
It wouldn't do anything apart from being able to get out some of the windows on some of the levels. You know, but...
Hello guys, as you can probably tell, we had a lot to talk about with TimeSplitters 2. So this is just the part 1 of 2-part episode, but you won't have to wait long for the second part, as that'll be coming very soon. Alright guys, cheers.